In coordinate geometry 2, we look at parallel and perpendicular lines. So you guys know train tracks are parallel, or parallel lines are such good friends they never meet, but they do have one thing in common, which is what we need for this question. You're asked to find the equation of the line K that is parallel to the line L, 2x plus 3y plus 8 equals 0, and passes through the point 4, 3. So we have our point, and it tells us to write our answer in the form ax plus by plus c. So from coordinate geometry 1, we saw how to write these equations in the form y is equal to mx plus c, which is the other form they could ask you to write the equation in. Now, why did we write our equations in this form? To get the slope. So if I can get the slope of the line L, line K has the same slope, and then we can use this point with the equation of the line formula to get the equation of the line. So let's just take our equation down. 2x plus 3y plus 8 equals 0. So 3y is equal to minus 2x minus 8. So y is equal to minus 2x over 3 minus 8 over 3. So my slope m is equal to the coefficient of x minus 2 over 3. So write down your equation of a line. Put the values that you're going to use. Well, we have our 4 minus 3. And we have m is equal to minus 2 over 3. So y minus, now it's y minus minus 3, so this becomes a plus, equals m, which is minus 2 over 3 times x minus 4. Multiplying both sides by 3, we get 3 times y plus 3 is equal to minus 2 times x minus 4. 3y plus 9 equals minus 2x plus 8. And they want everything on the same side of the equal sign, so let's bring it all across. We have a negative x. If we have a positive x here, we'll bring everything to the right hand side, but because we have a negative x, we'll move the x to make it positive. So the 2x minus 2x becomes plus 2x. The plus 3y is already there, as is the plus 9, and we're moving a plus 8 to give a minus 8. And we've left nothing, 0, on the right hand side. So 2x plus 3y plus 1 equals 0. And you can see the 2x and the 3y are consistent with the 2x and the 3y here. The only thing that changes in parallel lines is this constant at the end of the equation. Now, try the following one yourself. So, test yourself on this one. Pause the video and do these questions as many times as it takes to perfect them before you move on. Okay, so find the equation of the line K. Parallel, just underline or highlight the key things in each question, to the line L, and passes through the point 2, 1. So we again have our point. So let's rearrange this line. Now, because the y is negative, we're going to move it to the right. So 3x plus 10 is equal to 4y. Now, this is the same as 4y is equal to 3x plus 10. So you can move something to the right, but still write it on the left. If you imagine we're trying to make them all, we're trying to make the y a positive. So y is equal to 3x over 4 plus 10 over 4. So m is equal to 3 over 4. And I have my point 2, 1. So y minus equals x minus, the two things that are not changing. Y minus 1 equals m times x minus 2. So 4, multiply both sides by 4. 4 times y minus 1 is equal to 3 times x minus 2. 4y minus 4 is equal to 3x minus 6. It doesn't tell us in this question how to write our answer, but let's write it in the form that we had at the beginning, which was everything on the same side of the equal sign. So because 3x is positive this time, we're going to move everything to the right. So we're moving a plus 4y to give a negative 4y. We already have a negative 6. We're moving negative 4 to become plus 4. So we get 3x minus 4y minus 2 equals 0. Just check your x and y coordinate or coefficients. 3 and minus 4. 3 and minus 4. So you know you've got this question correct. So let's move on to perpendicular lines. Okay, so pause the video and take this down. Perpendicular lines. To prove lines are perpendicular, the product, which we know means multiply, of their slopes is equal to this number minus 1. So in this question you're asked to prove that the lines L, 3x plus y minus 4 equals 0, and K, minus x plus 3y minus 10 equals 0 are perpendicular. So again, we'll use the same maths that we've been using before. Write the line in the form y is equal to mx plus c, and we'll be able to see the slopes of both these lines, and if we multiply the two of them together, we can say that they're perpendicular if the answer is minus 1. So let's take L. So we want y on its own, and we're bringing minus 3x to be a minus 3x and a minus 4 to be a plus 4 across. So m is equal to this number here, minus 3. Okay, we're leaving the 3y there, and we're bringing a minus x across to become a plus x and a minus 10 across to become a plus 10. So, well, hang on, there's no number here, but you're all shouting at me. There is a number there. What number is there? The number 1 that we don't see. 1x to the power of 1. There's 2 ones there that we could write, but we won't do that in maths. X is 1x. So, the slope of this line then, we want y on its own. Y is equal to 1x over 3 plus 10 over 3. So you can see m is equal to 1 over 3. So let's multiply 3, which we'll call m1 by m2 equals minus 1. So this is the rule for perpendicular lines. 3 multiplied by, so minus 3 multiplied by 1 over 3 is equal to minus 3 over 3, which is equal to minus 1. We'd always write, therefore, perpendicular lines. Or we could write perpendicular lines, whichever you choose. Okay, so write this in your copies and pause the video and attempt the question. A is the point 1, 2 and B is the point 5, 8. And we're told that they're points on a line K. Find the equation of the line M, which passes through the midpoint of AB and is perpendicular to K. So the important things, midpoint, perpendicular. So the first thing we need to do is find the midpoint of AB. And from coordinate geometry 1, you'll remember, if we write our points like this, what are we going to do? We're going to add them and divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we have the point on the line M. Now we need to find the slope of the line M. Now if you want to use the formula here, slope y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, but it's great to know what's actually happening here. What's happening here? It's the change in y. y2 minus y1. How much has y changed by between 2 and 8? Well, 8 minus 2 is equal to 6. That's how much y has changed by. What about x? X starts at 1 and goes up to 5. So x has changed by 4, you can see. 5 minus 1, which is 4. So the slope, if we simplify it, is 3 over 2. Now, we're looking for the perpendicular slope. So all we do is we turn this slope upside down and change the sign, because you'll see if we write 2 over 3 with a minus, if we multiply that by 3 over 2, we're going to get a minus 6 over 6, which is minus 1. So the rule of turn the slope upside down and change the sign is a nice way to remember how to get the perpendicular slope. So now I have my point, I have my new slope, y minus equals x minus, fill your 3 values in, y minus 5 is equal to m, this 2 over minus 2 over 3, and x minus 3, multiplying both sides by 3, we get 3 times y minus 5 equals minus 2 by x minus 3, which will give me 3y minus 15 is equal to minus 2x plus 6. Be careful with your signs. A minus by a minus gives a plus. So if we're not asked to write it in any particular form, you can choose which form to write it in. Let's leave the y there. 3y is equal to minus 2x plus 6 plus 15 because it was a minus. So all we've done is move 15. 3y equals minus 2x plus 21. And you can see that the slope of this line, if we divide it by 3, will be minus 2 over 3. So that's that question complete. Practice it again and perfect it before moving on to the next section.